The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Time of the day to get some me time, quiet, a little bit of meditation, and some good oxygen to counter that hypoxia induced by this freaking mask, man. Anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do. Greetings, my fellow worshipper Meckanimal, and today I'm taking advantage of this little hike in nature, this little time of isolation to give you some piece of inspiration and insight. And today's topic is going to be about gyms, and the main reason why I feel like people have fallen off the trains of training is because of this idea that you necessarily need like a specific specialized environment for you to get fit, like even though the idea of calisthenics, the concept of calisthenics and bodyweight conditioning has been around for centuries, or even millennia, it's still hard for people to grasp, to mingle with the idea that you can training literally using other means than external weight, and I wonder it's because they have not been exposed to some real basic and efficient body weight conditioning, or if it's because it's actually harder than it looks. Because what I've understood is that many people who lift weight, who like the feeling of pump and everything, tend to use that as an argument not to train body weight. They feel like they're not getting the same pump, the same feeling that they have when they're lifting some weight. And I'll go beyond that and maybe entertain the idea that maybe it's because of the idea of domination. You dominated something external to your body that gives you that high, and that need to want to go more and more and more, as opposed to moving your body weight through space. And it is so hard that you feel humble, and for most people they tend to stay away from it. They tend to detach themselves from the obsession to come back, to train some body weight training. It's just mind-boggling, because one of the reasons why I've decided to cover this topic is because, like you see, there's a reopening all over the states, right? After the shutdown, it's time now to reinstate our habits, and at this phase of the opening, the gyms have opened, and you see the excitement everywhere. People are excited to get back to the gyms like they couldn't do any better. I mean, before the gym. And to me, actually, it feels like I've been training, I've been getting ready for the shutdown my whole life, because nothing has really changed. I was even more excited because I feel like, oh shit, that's more time for me to spend time with my family and then go about even harder in my body weight condition. It's been real fun. And as opposed to what people may think, unlike the general wave, I'm saddened to get back to
natural habitat,
to having to work. And even though I miss work, I've still managed, online to get my gig going. But now the fact that I had to leave my baby boy, and which was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it was I've had like 3 good months, which I would call paternity leave, to take care of my boy and spend more time with him. He was with me all over the place. So to me, this whole shutdown thing, even though money has drained a little bit more, I mean, I've not really suffered much, because I had a little bit of saving, and I don't need much leave. That's something people should learn to understand, that you don't need to live beyond your means. And I'm a very simple guy. All I need in my life is my loved one to run and training. As long as I can get those 2 covered, I'm good. And there I'm digressing. Back to the topic of the gym. Yeah, so people are so excited to come back, and like a lot of people feel out of shape. People had to resort to the use of bands to get conditioned, and people are they even create a topic between whether band and weight, which one between band and weight, which one was more efficient, which one was more effective, all kind of crazy topic, when actually if you don't have weights, you don't have a barbell, you have so many ways to get conditioned, man. Like, get out in nature, and just like I'm doing now. Like, I spent the whole day enclosed, and I needed some me time, like some quiet time, listening to some birds, and it's just those little. That's a perfect spot for my rings. Thing that makes a huge difference, and as well getting my cardio in, because I've been eating a lot of cake from my last week birthday, and gained about a good 8 pounds. I clocked like 200 pounds in the long, like almost never actually clocked 200 pounds on the scale, but that's how much I binged, man. I just went on binge of eating a lot of carbohydrates, and held it a lot of water. Of course, the next day I'm already 3 pounds down, 197, trying to creep back up to the 193s and 192s. So that's what I was trying to discussing this topic. Maybe you can help me. What is it, the idea that people don't feel like they can get conditioned just using body weight like really efficiently, and that we can complement it with some weight training to make yourself complete? Or if you happen to love the weight training, I got nothing against it, but you should not feel crippled when you don't have access to the weight anymore, because you can really accomplish tremendous strength development, or even like work on some GPP. If you one of those who lifted weight before, you were peaking for strength, that's the time to use body weight and get some high volume, get some work, increase your work capacity. So many ways. I can only conclude that people just don't know how to train properly, or just are lazy. It's one or the other. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm most likely right. I would say I'm 90% sure I'm right about this assumption and this conclusion. So that's that, man. You don't need the gym, man. You can get fit, and this exposes how unstable our civilization is. We only needed a COVID for the whole system to kind of crumble. People start panicking, and that just tells you, take care of yourself, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Get on top of your health. If you were among those with limited amount of what you call them, pre-existing condition, you would worry less about the COVID. If you happen to be a senior citizen and you have taken care of yourself as much as possible, trust me, you will be among the people who stand better chance than the fellow senior that just tooled around and haven't done anything. So just trying to see a little bit things outside of the box, like step outside and see how people are behaving, and whenever you get back in the box, behave differently. Sometimes that's what you need to do. And I feel like, to me, it's a gift for me to be living outside of the box, because I tend to do everything, most things unconventionally, and I'm a little bit of an introvert, so it makes me just flow through life and not worry much about too many things. And I'm not stressing too much about too many things, which keep my immune system high up and recovery as much as possible. Besides the lack of sleep that I do to my own self, I need to get more disciplined about it. So that's that, man. It just it burst out of my mind while I was running. I decided to stop and make a little video about it, like the excitement that, oh, the gym is open at 5 p.m. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there at 10 p.m. Like, really, the whole 3 or 4 months you were so waiting for the gym and you had to go like at 10 p.m. Don't you have like a family or something to take care of, or like, you know, your wife or your mom, your dad? Yeah, just like it's interesting, you know. And I'd like to, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you're new on the channel, like, comment, subscribe. It's always about motivation, tutorials, every now and then some insights on life and on training, how I see things. And that's that. Enjoy the run. Peace. How the hell am I supposed to pass this thing? Final obstacle, baby. Let's do it. Easy money. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I came out somewhere else than where I parked. Oh Lord have mercy. Hey fuck. Oh well. I guess gotta go back. 3 mile back. Cause I can't seem to find where I am right now. Very low. Finally. Life. Almost home. How clean the water is. Wonder if they have some water snake here, Peter.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.